bunny hop. Do a bunny hop. Do a trick.
Standing bunny hop.
Hey. So what is up, guys and girls? I am Mystery from NYC, and if you are new to the channel, I want to welcome you. On today's episode, we will be visiting the team over at Handleworks, and I've been given the opportunity to ride around in a BMX style electric bike, and this bike is called the Chimera Shadow. And the beauty of this episode is that this will not be held in my backyard. We will be coming to you from California. So without any further ado, let us get into this one. So right now I'm standing up and I'm riding this BMX style electric bike. BMX style bicycles are known for being lightweight. They are fun to ride, and they are most popular to stunt riders. So you'll see a lot of people hopping around, popping wheelies, endos, and the beauty of this is that you can do all of that, and if you get tired, just use that finger. And at a quick glance, you might not imagine, but this bike does have a throttle. And the coolest part about this throttle is that you activate it with your finger. Now, just by looking at this bike, you might not think that this thing is powerful, but boy was I impressed the first time that I hit that throttle. I mean, just check out the torque. I am not pedaling. Woo-hoo-hoo. This is full throttle. All right, so to get a little bit more in depth on what this bike has to offer, we will be turning this over to...
Hey, I'm Austin, founder of Chimera BMX, and here, shout out to NYC.
Harrison, I gotta bleep it out. I see the Bach. Yeah. I see the logo. Is there something going on here that I should know about?
I don't know. Can we talk about that? We can talk about it. We're just talking about doing some stuff together. We'll see where it goes.
This is a collaboration.
Yeah.
That's nice.
No, that's actually how we met. Is we were just nerding out on bikes, and we started talking about this thing.
Oh.
So it's been fun.
The first time I saw this was at the Electrify Expo. What was that? 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Right? 2 years ago?
Shredded. Yeah, I guess it was 2.
Was it Shredded? No, it wasn't. It was Feed.
Mike
Feedy that had one. So it was the first time I ever got to see one up close.
Yeah. The bikes that they have are the titanium bikes, and that's what we launched with. That's sort of like our flagship model, you know, all titanium. But now we're making these steel frames, 4130 heat-treated steel, and this one is upgraded with titanium components. But the all-steel bike is just way more.
I think it's better.
Well, you're biased because now you got one.
Yeah. Well, I just like steel. Steel is real, baby.
The base model Chimera is $2,890, and what that gets you is a bike that is 3,800 watts max, which will give you close to 3 horsepower at the wheel. Comes with a BAC 855, so it has the ASI controller stock, as well as Sunringle rims, Magura brakes front and rear, Kenda tires, and our own line of parts. For the most part, we design and make our own parts, including hubs, stem, you know, and of course you can upgrade. All our bikes are, you know, hand built right here in Los Angeles. So like this bike has the titanium forks and titanium handlebars, and it's got these low profile titanium bolts that we designed and manufacture. So there's cool upgrades that you can do to the bike. You know, it's a little pricier, but you know, it's built to order, so you can sort of customize how you want.
Oh, it looks really good. You put together a really nice looking bike over here.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Oh, do you talk speed at all?
Yeah, so depending on, you know, how you tune it and how you like to ride, you can hit, you know, 38 miles per hour plus on this thing. with a lot of torque. Now, the battery pack, so the one I have on here, let me flip this upside down for you. So this is our 52 volt, it's a 10 amp hour. We use the Molicel P50B. That is a completely thermally potted pack in aluminum with a minimum of 2 millimeters worth of thermal epoxy between and around all the cells. So great heat dissipation. With that pack at the full 3,800 watts, if you ride it like you stole it, you get about 10 miles, max, right? But if you pedal a little bit, you're a little easier on the power, you're like 2,000 watts or whatever, you can get much further, 20, even 30 miles depending on how you ride. So it's not a super rangy vehicle, but then again, the max weight of this vehicle is 45 pounds. Wow. And when you put on the titanium components like we do with this one, I think it's hovering around 42 and a half pounds, and you can get even lighter than that depending on how you upgrade. So the power to weight ratio is just crazy high, So we sacrificed a little bit of range to get all that power and nimbleness, in the small bike.
And the Stoke suspension. I see it's a hardtail. I see there's no fork in the front. How does it ride?
So it's a completely rigid frame. This is not the sort of frame that you're going to take on super bumpy trails. It's meant to be an urban vehicle, So don't get me wrong, you can hit bumps and potholes and things like that. You've got some big juicy tires and you can run a little low pressure if you're worried about that. We've got a lot of riders in New York City. We've got a lot of riders out here in California, but it is an urban bike. It's meant for concrete. Those who want front suspension forks, they'll fit. I mean, there are 24-inch suspension forks on the market, but it's not something we offer simply because we aim for a stripped-down, minimalistic, urban vehicle. You get on it and you pedal it like a bicycle or you throttle it like a motorcycle. All the settings are on your phone. There's no display. There's no pedal cutoff sensors. There's no pedal assist. It is simple. Throttle, you pedal, that's it, right?
You say it's simple.
Yeah.
I heard you say before that you can tune it.
Yes.
When it comes to tuning, you have to have some knowledge to be able to put a good tune together. So I'm just curious how easy or how user-friendly is that?
Let me walk you through, actually. So I'm going to open up the Chimera app. So what's your first name?
Johnny.
Like that?
Johnny, yes, perfect.
Nice. Johnny's bike. So if you had a Chimera. Now the app is going to save all your controller settings. That way, if for some reason something gets messed up, which is virtually never happens, you can always go back to those settings. But There you go. There's your bike. You got a little bike card. We have got a stripped down, simple app to tune your bike.
Beautiful.
So you've got your power level, which largely determines your top speed and torque.
Nice.
It also determines your battery drain. Down here, you've got your power distribution. Stock, it comes 22% field weakening, but you can pop that up to 25%. That's what'll get you to those speeds that are crazy high, like 38, 39 miles an hour. On the dyno, it hit 42, but dyno versus real world is a little different.
And no load.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, and then you've got throttle response. So right now, I love it super responsive. You touch it and it goes, but you can dial it down.
Right.
And of course, you've got battery percentage versus voltage, right? So I'm at 100% battery, which is 58.8 volts. Temperature, you've got Fahrenheit and Celsius. Now, when you change these settings, you can always flash to make them the default. But if you don't want to default those settings, you can just slide out this screen and save, right? You can just save them as sort of ride settings, like, these are your alternate speed settings, right? And you can see on this slide out screen, we've got the quote-unquote street legal version, and we've got the full send version. You can have as many different settings as you want. And we also offer a 36 volt battery that's 15 amp hours, so much higher energy density, but slower speeds. Max speed is 28 miles per hour. So if you're looking for the street legal version of the bike, right, at least in terms of street legal speeds, and you want more range,
right,
that pack can get you up to 40 miles. right? At those lower speeds, we're talking 20 miles an hour, you want to get that far. But we have some riders who are, they're not interested in this as the speed demon. They like it because it's stylish, it's lightweight, it's got plenty of torque to climb hills. They don't need to go fast, so they get that 36-volt pack, and then they got plenty of range. I feel like the app we made it to be, no offense, dummy proof, simply because, it's like, if you've ever messed around with kilowatts, or you've messed around, if you have access to the BAC, the ASI, BAC backdoor, it's complicated,
right?
And you can mess up your bike,
right?
You can't mess anything up with this, right? It's just super simple, and you can set it and you can forget it. With such a minimalist bike like this, I know there's a lot of riders who, they sit down and they've got the display and they do lots of throttling. This bike lends itself to a more aggressive style. You stand up a lot, you're bunny hopping off of curves, you're curving in and out of wherever, maybe it's traffic or you're going around pedestrians. And because of that, having the extra wiring for display and brake cutoffs and pedal assist and all this stuff, all of that's gone. You get on your phone and you set what you want your bike, set up your bike how you like it. You put your phone away and then you just ride your bike. That's the sort of ethos of the Chimera. It's just a bike. Get on it and go. So we wanted to make an app that, just makes it so that you can pick your settings and ride.
It's pretty easy to use.
And there's a lot of guys who customize the hell out of this. We had a customer, he had us do red rims and yellow pedals, and I think the spokes were silver. And he just stickered it up, man. He made it look like old school, BMX. The way I look at it, right now we are still a small company, right? We're just a step above, just a guy in a garage. We got a small shop. We build everything, hand built. And because of that, there's a long wait time. So, if you get on the website, you see it's going to take some months before you get your bike. And I figure if you have to wait that long, the advantage is you get it hand-built and you get it customized to what you want.
Right.
So the website already offers a bunch of options, but we do have riders that reach out and they want, I want a silent hub. I want to use an Onyx hub instead of the Chimera hub. Great, we'll build that for you. I want different rims, or I want different tires, or we had one guy wanted carbon rims, titanium spokes, and street tires, on his bike. I said, hey man, it's really pricey, and he's like, that's not the problem. I want it custom.
Nice.
Okay, we made it for him. No problem.
Nice.
Like I say, or I should say, in the future as we grow, we're scaling up right now.
Right.
Eventually, that won't really be realistic. But at the moment, I figure we can do it, so why not?
Why not? You're compensating his wait time with what he wants in the bike.
Exactly.
That's awesome that you're doing that. If somebody is interested in the Chimera Shadow, how can they find you?
ChimeraBMX.com.
Yo, how do you pronounce that? Is it Chimera?
I think it's Chimera. Chimera?
Chimera?
I think it's Chimera. Isn't that a fruit?
Chimichanga.
It's Chimera.
Oh shit.
So let me just say, 100% he would win this race from start to finish if he could control the bike, right? It's the wheelbase is so small. Yeah. That's the only reason I'm winning.
Comes right up.
It's 20S, right? So what's the voltage? 72 volts. Yeah, and how much does the bike weigh? 45 pounds.
No way. Are you guys ready? Okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. What?